Welcome to All Vehicles Great and Small. I'm your host, Tammy Walker, and today we're going to take a look at this Ford Big Job F8. I'm not quite sure what year this is, but hopefully we'll find out as we go on with our day. I love this grille. This is so cool, so interesting. We've got the headlights set into this front grille, and we've got the marker lights on top. We also have these opening the hood. You just pull those up, and then there was a button under here that you would pull, or a lever you would pull, and it would pop up. Now we have the V8, so we know a V8 is in here. Got a nice front bumper, smashed up license plate. I noticed under the headlights there's also these lights down here too. All right, let's look at the emblem here on the side. Got the F8, Big Job, Ford, very nice. This does have that fresh air vent up top here, and place for 2 windshield wipers. And up top we have a horn and a couple marker lights. Here is for the original hinge mount mirror, but we have an aftermarket mirror on right here. We'll come down here, look at the step, and it looks like there's a battery box right here. And this is probably for whatever you're operating in the back. You can hook it up to and get your electricity from there. And here's our bed. Oh, we have our gas cap here. And the gas tank is behind the seat. You see on this side. There's a little box here to put your stuff in. And we'll talk about this real quick. This has the key lock here on this side of the door. There we go. I love these handles. It's really cool looking handle on design to it. All right, we'll just take a look back here as we're going. Looks like there's an excess tank here. Come down, and this is another dually. See down at the rear end. Got the rim here, big tires. All the tread is off of the tires too. Come back here. This is
Pintle hitch.
Pintle hitch.
To aid in using the pintle hitch, an air can or brake control can uses a elongated rod to push and pull the pintle hitch locking system.
Once again, very little ground clearance on this truck, like the other one that we talked about the other day. Alright, we'll skimmy across this side. Nice long flatbed with some other stuff on it. Looks like another flatbed is on, or another bed is on the flatbed here. Well, let's stop in and take a look at these front tire rims. And what's this here?
Antenna.
Oh, the antenna. Cool. All right, let's take a look inside. Oh, it's dirty. Look at that. Vacuum lights, marker lights, flashers. That's probably an emergency light system. Oil pressure gauge. Water temperature. It's probably lights. Oops. We'll switch there.
This is an aftermarket light for your gauges.
Oh, I see. The light is right there. It's kind of like the blackout light on the military truck. You just turn it and then the light faces those. Okay. Very cool. I would have not have seen that. Here's the our blinkers. And then we'll come up here and we've got our wipers, our fuel pump, our low vac, Another gauge top here. Getting kind of hard to fit in this little space. Got our speedometer and our gear pattern. Then we'll come over here and look at this nice little design of this dashboard area. Very cool. Obviously this is our ash can would go here. And let's take a look down here. We got our choke hidden away. A couple other knobs. That is the lighter. Okay, well, it won't come out, it's stuck in there. And then our glove box. Here's our heater core. And we come down here and we have our emergency brake with our release lever, a release button.
The smaller red knob shifts the rear differential between high and low.
And then our shifter, little lever there. And we'll come down. And this must have been fire extinguisher. Maybe sit here, fire extinguisher. All right, we've got those dimmer switch for your lights. We've got our clutch, our brake, and our gas. I'm looking for the ignition. Oh, and this is also another brake here. Oh, there's our ignition. Thank you for pointing that out. Let's see if I can see it. Here we go. Oops. There's our ignition. I don't see a spot to push down here on the ground to start it. All right. All right. Boy, you should be able to hear this coming if it honks at you.
I assume so. This is an overhead valve V8.
If I know what year this is, I might be able to tell you more about this engine, but...
Well, I figured out this was a 1952 Ford F8 Big Job. This is a 3-ton truck, and let me tell you how I figured out what year this was. The front name was affixed to the upper grille support panel. The V8 emblem was center of the hood vent. On the side of the hood, they added a round emblem into the side spear, indicating the model designation. However, it made it hard to identify because in 1951, the VIN plate was attached to the inside of the glove box door. But in 1952, they moved the VIN plate to the rear face of the driver door. And in the VIN code, there was a K which stood for an engine that wasn't introduced for another 2 years. And I know it's not a 1953 because they added this crest to the hood in 53. Let's decipher the VIN code. The F8 stands for the model, the K stands for the engine, the 2 stands for the year, 1952, and the LB stands for the location, Long Beach, California. And the numbers at the end are more specific to the truck. According to the K in the code about the engine, it says it should be the 272 cubic inch 8-cylinder, but that engine was not introduced until 1954. According to my resources, from 1952 to 1955, the F8 carried the 317 cubic inch engine. This was also known as the Cargo King. 2 transmissions were available for the big job, the manual 5-speed direct drive and the manual 5-speed overdrive. The first generation of Ford's F-Series models were from 1948 to 1952. Ford actually began production on November 27, 1947. The F8s and F7s were marketed under the Big Job brand name in 1951, and the F7 and F8 were Ford's heavy-duty commercial trucks. The F8 had a 20 to 22,000 pound gross vehicle weight rating, which equates to the maximum load of weight of your vehicle, including cargo, passengers, and the vehicle itself. I cannot confirm what year they stopped making the big jobs. The last year I found a picture of a truck was from 1956, but I did read on a forum they maybe went up to 1958, but I couldn't find any pictures to confirm that. All F-Series were available with the option of the Marmon Harrington all-wheel drive until 1959. Marmon Harrington Company was known for their all-wheel drive conversions. They sold to truck makers and partnered with Ford. We've come across a lot of 1940s and 1950s trucks with the key lock on the passenger side of the door. Do you wonder why that is? Well, in the 40s and 50s, parallel parking was a thing where you park in a line, and they wanted to encourage people to exit and enter their vehicle curbside to avoid going out into traffic. The Big Job was a dependable truck for heavy-duty jobs such as a tanker or fire truck. Very few F8s were made. For example, I read a comparison that one F8 was made to every 10,000 F6s produced.
Hey, remember to like and subscribe to our channel. Really appreciate it. And leave any comments or stories you have about this truck down below. We'd love to hear from you. And thanks for stopping in.